Flex, a little baby Flexaroonie. Ooh, terrible. It is Flex Crazy Fun today, and just got a short stream for you before I have some old worky work. Ugh. I got just like a useless meeting at 10 that I have to go in and chime in on. And then I have a very important meeting at 1. Oh my god, that was awful. Oh my god. And my god, would I just like to not go to the. Well, it's not even go to, it's Zoom. I don't want to zoom into the one meeting. Or it's actually, I lied, it's not Zoom, it's Microsoft Teams. I don't want to Microsoft Teams in with the rest of the IT team. Because they usually just have some, like, useless stuff to say about, like, ooh, actual IT stuff. And I'm like, I'm filming a meeting happening. And so, yeah. Have to do that. Then eat lunch. Then actually drive into the office to do the meeting. Very exciting. We're actually doing a partially in-person meeting. Hooray! It's not like having Zoom meetings was more convenient for everybody. I guess it gets me more hours, but like, I was still counting the hours that I was monitoring. Oh my. I'm so sorry. Monitoring from home. So it's like, ooh, it's the same amount of monies. I just have to actually like dress up and be there on time and say hello to people. Luckily, this is gonna be hopefully the norm of the meetings, is that we just kind of. I mean, this is a little bit too meta into it, but we're gonna be using an easier set of microphones to do this meeting. Wireless microphones that are just, you click them on and then bing bang boom, they're on. The other microphone setup, we have to plug into the Ethernet, and then like each person has to sign in with the little digital touchpad on the microphone. I'm doing really bad at this bonk spot today. And yeah, we have to hook up each microphone by Ethernet and then like run tests and stuff. These wireless microphones, they'll only last like 4 hours, but you don't have to do anything really to them. Which is what worries me. It's like, because they don't last as long, they're gonna want to go back to the regular microphones at some point. And we keep on getting new stuff too. Like, we keep on getting new stuff that isn't easier microphones to deal with. I mean, maybe that's just my lack of knowledge. Maybe we have the absolute best microphones for the situation. I'm not. I'm a kid. I don't buy equipment for us. I don't do that sort of research. But that also brings me to my point. Like yesterday, right? Ooh, another cork 3. Yesterday I had I'm just gonna uh, flippin'. Do I say flippin'? Fucking horrible headache. I had a fucking horrible headache, and I was so pissed because I don't get headaches that often. In fact, up until recently, I kind of never got headaches, but I don't know why. Just like for the past like 4 days, every day around like 6:30 or 7 o'clock, I just get this splitting headache in the right side of my head, and it feels like my eye is about to like pop out. Ah, um, and it's real rough. But like my mom was explaining to me, like, your grandmother had migraines. Your grandmother had really bad migraines all the time, and I'm like, oh yeah, a lot of people do. No shit. Everyone has migraines. I'm wondering why these evil pharmaceutical companies aren't actually healing them. It's like, come on. It's 2021, and there's not just a team of people working on an immediate headache resolve thing. It's like I took a bunch of Tylenol, I took a bunch of nasal decongestants and sinus shit, and it's like it's not. It might work in a half an hour, but it's not working now. Like why? And I don't want to. I mean, I'm not going to because, like I said, no one watches this. I don't want to hear about the science of it because the science can always be fixed. It's like tell Ben Franklin about the science of lightning and putting that inside of a key. And then he's like, oh, if I can put the lightning inside of a key, I can put the lightning inside of a little filament, and bing, bang, boom, light bulb. This is my second time saying bing, bang, boom. It's like, tell him the science isn't there for it yet. Find it. It's that, like, ugh, it's so annoying. And back to the 7 Up series, like one of the guys turns out to be a scientist, and it's like a piece of theoretical physics that we do not care about anymore. Like it's nuts. Like how he's like studying cold fusion, and it's like this is not a thing we care about at all anymore. It's something we've abandoned because it's stupid. It happened once in my state. Apparently, an undocumented or like a not well documented cold fusion happened in the University of Utah or something like that, but it's just not a feasible thing to be researching. Why don't you help the people who are on this earth now and just like headache pill? I looked it up. I looked up why isn't there a headache pill, and it says how much Tylenol should I take if I have a headache? It's like dumbass. No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about immediate help. Like you know how if you have like an upset stomach, like some agita, like you get some indigestion, maybe even feeling a little bit nauseous. Like Pepto kind of does help immediately. Just try it out. Just have some really spicy beef jerky, and then like sit with that for like 20-30 minutes. Think, oh man, my heart is about to explode. And then you just go over to your fridge and pop open the Pepto, and it's like immediate relief. Did someone text me? Yeah, it was a text. Stop. Okay, that's not even an option. So I got a text. Hello, would you allow Dasani bottled water to put a small sticker on your car, truck, or motorcycle? Get $500 driving with our brand advertisement. And someone texted back in the chain, stop. I mean, that was not one of the options that they said. I guess I don't. Is it $500 a month? Because then I would be interested. If it's just $500 and I just get the sticker forever on my car, then that sucks. Especially because water bottles are evil. Water bottles, think about it. When did plastic water bottles come into popularity? Probably around the time they were invented, right? I mean, that would make sense. like 60s and 70s. Around what time did segregation end? Maybe around the 50s, 60s, 70s, and the water fountains were shared. So at a certain point, they were like, we need to get expensive water to actually segregate water again. And that is the history of water bottles. Another person texting, what is this? It's like, it's very obvious what it is. It's just a spam text. Did you notice that we all have the beginning numbers 815? Maybe that has something to do with it. Maybe, just maybe, we got hit by an auto dialer. People are really dumb. The Simpsons made that auto dialer episode forever ago. What was this scam? Just send $1 to the Mr. Happy Man to be happy? That is such a good scam because it's like the swath of people, of dumbasses you would get who would just give you $1 because it guarantees them just some sort of intrinsic happiness. I mean, it's kind of like water fountains, how people throw money into them and wish. And it's not like in America I usually see like pennies and stuff, but I remember going to Europe and people were throwing like €2 coins in there. But then again, that might also be just like dumb tourists. But yeah, I looked up like stuff about headaches, and it doesn't seem like a tension headache because that happens on kind of both sides of the head. And I think that's a tension headache is a pretty standard headache. Um, it didn't seem like a migraine because it didn't last all that long. So that migraines would last like to 2 hours to like a few days, which is scary. This one lasted like just about 45 minutes to an hour. There was still some lingering pain, I guess, but mostly I was just feeling shitty and exhausted from like having a headache. It was also a rough day for me, not gonna lie. I needed to get a little bit of a cry out. I needed to be pissed a little bit. I was pissed. Oh my god, someone's on air right now. Hi, person. I am here at the bonk spot, just kind of talking about my day yesterday. I had a headache. And yeah, so it didn't seem to be a migraine based on what I read online. It might be what they called a cluster headache in this article, which is a headache that you get 1 to 8 times per day for the span of like a month. And it happens every few years. So this might be the start of a wonderful little every few years tradition that I have. Just a really bad headache. It makes like my head pulsate, like my eye feels like it's gonna pop out, and my nose was runny. It was really frustrating to have that bad of a headache. And oh yeah, and it it happened while I was playing The Crew too. I was gonna buy some more stuff for like the airplane because I found like this one guy who like found a good way to grind using the airplane to just get a lot of uh, monies. Well, it wasn't using the airplane. I think so. You have to do enough airplane trials to unlock the monster truck trial, and once you unlock the monster truck trial, um, you go to the monster truck half pipe and do a bunch of tricks on it to gain popularity, which is really slow. I thought because I was only like level 2 that it would happen really fast, but it took a long time to get up to level 3, and level 3 doesn't do much for you. Until you get up to Icon, it's like nothing. And I don't know what level Icon is because their level system is based off of these names. You start off as Rookie, and then go to Famous, and then I forget which one I'm on now. Really dumb. I mean, I kind of go back and forth on it. I thought it was kind of cool at first. Now I think it's kind of dumb because now I saw the guy online. He was Icon level 380 something. So I guess they just stop at Icon and then keep going up with numbers from there. But yeah, the airplane stuff was so frustrating. And then I got the headache, and I was just like, I don't want to play anymore. I was gonna maybe even stream if I had gotten enough points and like was about to buy something cool. I did buy something in the Crew 2. It was a faster. Ooh, nice line. It was a faster motorcycle. It was a BMW motorcycle instead of like a motocross motorcycle, and I was fairly disappointed in it. Like, it doesn't do backflips at all. It doesn't do whips at all. There's a pretty nice whip animation with the motocross bike. Um, and this BMW bike is just so chonky and gross. And the acceleration is really bad. Apparently, it has a higher top speed. I got it as like a kind of experiment because it's in the Rally Raid category. So the different categories kind of have like top speeds, and that's really the only barrier. So the Rally Raid has like a top speed of I think like 125 miles per hour. Maybe I'm wrong. Um, but that includes both like trucks, cars, vans, and bikes. So in a Rally Raid race, you can have a motorbike. So that's why I chose the BMW. So I would like be able to maybe weave in and out of cars better. I haven't tried any actual races with it yet. I just kind of played around with it, and gotta tell you, not very promising. Maybe it's better in an actual race, but it's just so chonky. It's so much beefier than the current bike that I was about to say that they give you, but now that I'm remembering, you do actually have to buy that bike. Which is lame. But not as lame as spending an extra $40 on Riders Republic in order to get a BMX bike. Still not happy about that. I mean, do you think it would be an earnable thing? I don't. It sounds like it's not, which is the most concerning thing ever. It's like, ha ha hi. Another person sent to that group text a shrug emoji. It's like, why are you texting these random people? Ugh. What time? 9:28. Probably only been streaming for like I'm gonna guess 18 minutos. So yeah, I just don't think if they made me spend an extra $40 that it would be an in-game earnable thing to get the BMX bike. But honestly, I wouldn't mind if it was. I wouldn't be salty one bit. Not a teensy bit. I wouldn't be like, oh, you could just earn it in the game. Why did I spend $40? I do not care. I want the BMX bike immediately. And you know what we didn't see any of? Pegs. We didn't see any pegs, and kind of hoping there's some pegs, because there's gonna be things to grind. Why not throw in some pegs? Oh, I'm missing it. I'm not doing well at this spot today. Luckily, this is like such a fun spot because it's so short. You can just redo it over and over again. I call it my bonk spot. Bonk. Pretz. I'm like the lizard king of steep. Just doing crazy disasters. Oh, that wasn't. That wasn't anything. Ooh. Ah. Pretty good, pretty good. Uh, uh, oh. Oh no. My phone isn't charging again. So, I don't know if y'all are familiar with the old Flash game. It used to be on Congregate called Learn to Fly, and Learn to Fly with a 2, and apparently they made a Learn to Fly 3 after I was kind of out of the whole Flash games game. But of course, now that Flash is dead, like there's no way to play those original games unless you download that emulator. Um, there is a version, that's what I was getting to. There is a version of Learn to Fly, the second one. That's why I kind of had the emphasis on the 2. Learn to Fly. Learn to Fly. They made it for just like the Android, maybe iOS even, but it's dog shit. It's awful. Like, Learn to Fly. The main point was that the main difference from the original game was that you had the destruction. You got to upgrade your penguin in order to make it stronger and be able to stand up against the obstacles that were in its way. And for destroying these obstacles on each flight, you would get money. Well, in the Learn to Fly game on the Android app, it doesn't give you money for destroying these little obstacles. And that's like the main strategy for getting mid-game money is that in that game is that you just like start your flight, destroy those 2 obstacles as fast as possible, and then end your run, and then you'd get a bunch of money for it. Yeah, no longer do you get money for destroying these obstacles. You just have to like instead you just have to do the strategy of soaring up like pretty high and then coasting downwards. Sorry. To just get as far as possible, and also duration is pretty important. Just to like get as much money as possible. But also, the duration takes a big hit because they took out the skimming entirely. Like, you can't skim against the water or the surface of the snow. So, like, it does take out a major exploit in the game, which is that you could just kind of skim on the snow forever and make your duration last really, really long. And also, there was, like, extra achievements that you could get for skimming. But I think they got rid of the extra points that you get for skimming because it's damn near impossible to do it. There's like no surface tension on the water at all, so even if you're going like perfectly parallel with it, it'll just sink you directly like straight down into the water. It really makes the game not fun in that it's like it used to feel like a speed runnable game. Like if you knew this strategy, Like, oh, I do this, 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 and this, and I can get to the max penguin that I want, like super duper fast. This, it's like so annoying, and the best way to get money is honestly to just do a really like decent run, get 600 coins, and then um, they'll ask you to do an ad to double your money. Of course, since it's a phone game, they like just bombard you with ads, which I wouldn't mind if it was only for rewards, but it's not. Sometimes they hit you with a 15-second ad just like in between flights. It's like I didn't get a reward for that. It's disgusting. Ooh. Ooh. It was 935. Ooh, I got the lamp that time. That was nice. A lot of tail grabs again today. What else? I am on my last unwatched season of MasterChef, even though I do know who wins. I started off with season 10, and then I went all the way back to season 5. I went 5 through 8, and then I went back to 1. Then did 1 through 4, and now I'm on 9. And I think they did start the newest season. So I have that to look forward to after I'm done with 9. It's a pretty decent season. I'd have to say definitely a stronger showing overall than last season. Um, that being 8. Not like for me. For me, last season is 4. So, actually, yeah, they're probably not as strong as 4 either. 4 was pretty decent. Luca is a great Master Chef. Love him. First dude Master Chef. Like, come on, please. Thank you. Fuck. It took a while. Like, the first 2 were, like, a complete, like, what happened? Because, like, some, I'm sorry, dumb bitch came and just, like, I don't know, was a little bit more refined than both of the first 2 finalist dudes. So it's like, they got this, they got a dog shit win. The first 2 seasons were dog shit. Then season 3, Christine Ha. Uh, I'm not gonna get. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna diss this blind woman too much. But the blind woman won MasterChef because she's a blind woman and because that's good for ratings. What else can we say? We we know that she is blind. We know that she won MasterChef, and we know that a blind woman winning MasterChef is good for ratings. We as an audience do not know what her food tastes like. We do not know that. Her food could be mid. Her food just could be mid, and they could be lying. Gordon Ramsay could be lying to you. Just saying. We do not know what her food tastes like. That her as like a tag team partner, and then her team lost, and it's like, oh, I wonder who did less in the tag team. The fully functional person or the blind person? It's a tag team, so they were 50-50 on it, and one of them doesn't have one of their senses. How much more did that person provide than the other person? Stupid. And yeah, that was one of those where it came to like a judgment call of like who did less work, and it's like, are you sure? Are you sure the blind woman didn't do less work? Are you really sure about that? So 3, although the internet says it's the best season, I'm on the fence. I am on the fence about 3. And yeah, just goes to show, like, the internet says it's the best season. So why do you think that is? Why do you think it's because they employed new twists and turns, or because there was a blind woman? It's it pisses me off. This blind woman, she coming in here and trying to be a better master chef than me? Nah. Season 9 is very balanced though. Um, I th- One of the funniest things was like Shanika, this one lady, got mad at her team captain. It was just like a sweet little. She's like just a 20-year-old girl who's just like scared. It's like, you was a bad team captain. You did this on purpose. We lost because of you. And then the girl's just like crying, like, what? I was trying my best. Shit's hilarious. Man. I would love to be a black woman and just bombard people who don't deserve it. And just like one in every 10 people just has a breakdown like that. Oh, that sounds hilarious. Like some people can dish it back, and then you give it to a purple-haired white girl, and she just like cries. Oh man, what I wouldn't give to just have black lady magic. But yeah, it's weird because in season 3 I saw a spoiler on Facebook that showed me that Christine was gonna win, and that kind of like extra soured my experience of season 3. But then again, in season 4 and 9, I knew that Luca and Jerron is going to win. And I'm loving knowing that Jerron is going to win. I'm watching this like I know Jerron is bulletproof. I know that they're going to go down like 1v1 or something, and Jerron's going to come out on top because Jerron wins this because Jerron is dope. But like knowing that Christine won it the whole time, I was just like, man, this is some bullshit. Man, this is some bullshit. Some bullshit's gonna happen. And it did. So now I'm going to tell you all my favorite not favorite episodes. That is impossible. My favorite seasons of MasterChef. Number 1, I'm gonna say 6. I think 6 is really, really solid. Some really nice people. At first I was rooting for Derek because he's a drummer and I'm a drummer. Of course, you got to root for drummers. But then by the end, it's like you get to know Claudia so well that it's like she should win. There should be a Hispanic Master Chef. Like, yeah, that she came out of her shell so amazingly, and it was just like, yeah, this person, like that, her character arc, that whole season was amazing. Like she got so much confidence in herself, and that showed through her cooking. And she like was so like passionate about where she's from, and like bringing that inspiration to her like cooking, but in a fine dining sense, like making nopales into a fine dining meal. It's insane. So that was great. Um, Next, second favorite, it's got to be 10. 10 was a really solid season. 10 was like jam packed with like all the metagame stuff that you like. Lots of fun advantages. Also, with like the later seasons, the mystery boxes got like more single minded. So it's like at first, your mystery box was here's 10 different ingredients, make something out of that. Then by the end seasons, it's like your mystery box is a potato. Here's a pantry of other shit. Make that potato the star of the dish, though. And that's kind of what I like out of the later seasons. And they definitely leaned into that with 10. 10 was also nice because I really liked the finale. Once they started doing 3-person finales, it got a little bit more intense. I think they started that in season 7? Because I know 7 was Sean, David, and Brandy. Boy, I wanted Brandy to win. Just on a personal level. Okay, but we're not talking about 7 now. We're talking about my third favorite season, which is 8. 8 rules. Season 8. Oh, that might actually be number 2 for me. Actually, just because of Dino. Dino, the Master Chef, your boy's boy. He's so awesome. Dino the ballerino is the funniest Master Chef ever. He's the coolest one. Just like no cap. You can't surpass him. He's the best. I tried saying a slang word. Did it work, guys? My friend Tyson taught me a slang word. No cap. Oh geez, what time is it? Almost time for me to get ready for a meeting. So just run through why 8 is my second or third favorite. Dino, mainly Dino. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I can't really remember many other people from that season. Also, you know what? I think I am gonna put it third, because the people in 10 were just stronger. I feel like the people in 10 just had their shit together better. And in 8, like, Dino won by the skin of his teeth. None of them were amazing. None of them could have beat. My fourth favorite, 7 is season 7. Yeah, season 7, because of Sean. He is the strongest Master Chef. I don't think anybody else could beat Sean. Like, Luca has good and bad days, so like maybe on a good day, Luca can beat Sean, but Sean is like a technical powerhouse, man. The dude is nuts. Oh, I got some commentarinos. I don't have a computerino open yet. Let's check my computerino and see what the commentarino is. I'm not looking at the steep. Let's go to my channel. Are you in Japan, and what am I talking about? Yep, I am in Sumago, and I am talking about MasterChef. So very relevant to Steep and upcoming Writers Republic talk. Talking about MasterChef. Sean, of course, did venison as one of his finale meals, which is ballsy as fuck, because as we all know, venison doesn't really have a lot of fat running through it, and I think his dish was very, like, I mean, just go watch that season 7 finale. His venison dish is nuts. The venison tenderloin, it's like so creative, but also like sort of instant classic territory. So yes, Sean is the strongest Master Chef that I've seen so far. Again, knowing that Jerron is winning season 9 has been a very pleasurable experience. Like, knowing what's going to happen there. Like, sometimes the spoilers annoy me, but if it's someone that I like who's going to win, then yeah, Jerron for sure. Like, I'm down with that. But yeah, season 11 is coming up, and I'm pretty excited for that. Yeah, dude, you too. Thanks for joining, man. Peace out. Me over here just rambling about MasterChef. Like, of course he's gonna leave. I'm surprised that anybody. Whoa! What the? I want to try that again. Oh, I have to go to the meeting. Oh. Oh, I'm a sub? Thanks, dog. Oh, and it showed me a little notification. You have new followers. Way to go. Awesome. All right. I think that's a dope spot for me to end it today. I'm going to try to do this again later. Oh, getting on top of that bus. Nice.